This is the biggest leak in your real estate business, and it's losing you millions worth of deals every single year. And this leak is not a secret. It is something that every real estate business owner knows is happening, but is not paying enough attention to. This is what differentiates the top 1% of luxury real estate agents versus the rest. And in this video, I'm going to cover exactly what this leak is, what the problems are that this leak is causing, and how to actually solve it so you can learn from it, implement it, and make sure that your real estate business is doing more revenue and more profit. My name is Koen, and with my company Lead Estate, we helped over 100 real estate professionals throughout the world optimize their client acquisition process to make sure they generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more deals in a measurable and predictable way. And for the past 5 years, I have seen how these real estate businesses operate from within, and that's why I've been able to identify the obstacles and the problems that cause real estate professionals to lose out on millions worth of deals. And like I said earlier, it's not actually realizing that this is a problem, but actually to finally start and do something about it. Because like I said, this is costing you deals. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The biggest leak in your real estate business, losing you millions. So as you can see, your whole client acquisition is like a bucket, and this bucket is leaking. It's losing you leads, it's losing you deals, it's losing you commissions, and it's losing you profit. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what it is that causes your bucket to leak, basically. I explained in one of my last videos this whole process. To be able to convert leads, online leads specifically, into deals eventually and into referrals, you need to follow every single step. So it starts with lead generation, your landing page, your CRM or your pipeline, following up with these leads, scheduling appointments, and building relationships to eventually close the deal. And like I wrote here, in every step in this process, some leads will fall off. And it's your job to decrease this fall off percentage in every step. But most real estate agencies, they are focused on the wrong things. They are trying to change their strategy all the time, especially in online marketing. Think that it's not working for some reason, but mainly it's the leak that is causing the problem. The leak is all based on the CRM, the inside sales agent, aka the follow-up, and automations. And in this video, I'm going to specifically talk about the inside sales agent, and the CRM and the automations will be a part of it. But the reason why you are losing millions worth of deals is because you're not following up correctly. It's because you're not following up consistently, and you're not following up enough and correctly to actually convert leads into appointments and into deals. So like I said, in every step of the process, some leads will fall off. Within lead generation, leads that don't want to respond to your advertisement, they will fall off. People who don't want to fill in their details on the landing page, they will fall off. But what happens is in the step where leads shouldn't really fall off, which is the CRM system and the pipeline, you're losing leads just because you're not organized, or you maybe don't even have a CRM system. So this is the step where actually all of the leads are collected and you never lose sight of these leads. Where real estate agents and real estate agencies lose the most amount of deals is improper follow-up. Because you're not following up correctly, you're losing sight of leads. Leads forget about you and they go to a competitor. And every real estate agent or every real estate business owner knows this. They all say, oh, we should have followed up better. My agents need to follow up better, or they're not doing it. But you're actually not doing anything about it. And this is the problem that I see with 95% of real estate agencies, and we're going to fix it today. So what problems actually arise in the follow-up process? Well, first of all, it's inconsistency, which means not following up every single day consistently. The second one is infrequency, which is not following up enough times, or not at all even. Maybe you're only using automations to follow up instead of calling people. The third problem is no clarity or no structure. Who follows up? When do they follow up? Have you created tasks? Do you even have a CRM system? The fourth problem is lost leads. You're losing leads, and you're losing leads to competitors because you're actually not following up correctly, because you're not top of mind. Another problem is limiting beliefs and excuses. And these can be limiting beliefs from the business owner, but also from the agents or from any other person working in the company. These limiting beliefs are, I'm too busy, I don't have time to follow up with leads. Or if the lead doesn't call me back, he or she doesn't really want it enough. Or I already called 2 times. Or I don't want to bother them. Or automation emails and texts, they are spammy. These are all limiting beliefs. If you say that you're too busy to follow up, then you need to look at what is a priority and what's not. Because following up with leads is the number one priority of every agent. And if the lead doesn't call me back, he or she doesn't want it enough, is also not true, because it's your responsibility to make sure that you stay top of mind. It's your responsibility to give value to your prospects. Or I already called 2 times, which is kind of similar as automation emails and texts are spammy. Yes, that's true if you spam them trying to sell them something, but you always want to come from giving and giving value without wanting anything in return. People actually want you to call. They want you to follow up. We call leads for our clients, and that's one of our services that we provide for them. And the number of times that we hear from potential clients that they are so happy that we've called them back because no other real estate agent wants to call them back is mind-blowing. So they want to be contacted by you, but it's your responsibility. One book that I would definitely recommend every business owner to read, but specifically real estate agents and people involved in following up with leads, is Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blount. It's one of the best books on prospecting, and make sure that every one of your agents and everyone that's involved in your business in client acquisition and generating leads, appointments, and deals reads this book. So that's a quick tip from me. So why are these problems happening? It's ownership. Ownership of the owner, that he or she is responsible for everything, and mainly responsible for their agents or themselves to follow up with leads. It's just a very low standard to accept from either from yourself or from your colleagues or your employees, to accept that not following up 100% of the time correctly is even remotely acceptable. It's not. And it's your responsibility as a business owner to make sure that you have your standards high, so that your agents or the people that you're responsible for also have high standards. From what I've seen the past few years, this is the biggest reason why there's no consistent and quality follow-up, because you as a business owner accept it. You simply accept that it's okay not to follow up with leads. No oversight. Maybe the business owner is too busy and doesn't really have the time or energy to see what his agents are doing. Another point is that there's no incentive or even a punishment when agents or maybe yourself are not following up with leads. So maybe you can give a reward when leads are followed up with correctly, or the person who has done the most correct follow-up that week or that month gets a bonus. But you can also work with punishments if that's what you prefer. Personally, I would like to reward people when they do something correct, but you can also say, hey, if you haven't followed up correctly, your commission percentage goes down. For example, I'm not saying you should implement this, but it is worth thinking about if it's a really big problem in your business. But you can't incentivize people or punish people when you don't have the ownership. If you still accept a low standard of yourself, then you can punish or you can reward people all they want, but they're not going to trust you because you are not on this standard, and you expect other people to be on this standard, but you're here. So that's the main thing again. Also, you don't have a CRM system. You get all of your leads through the email, for example, and try to follow up with it, or maybe you have an Excel spreadsheet, or maybe you write it on a piece of paper. If you don't have a CRM system that has a pipeline where you can keep track of all the leads, that's one of the biggest reasons why you are not following up correctly and not converting enough leads into appointments and deals. You have unmotivated agents. And again, that's what you accept as a business owner. So if you accept that your agents are unmotivated, if you accept that you employ people who are not motivated, then that is what you will get, unmotivated agents. So you can either hire agents that are motivated or try to motivate them better. Also, no structure and no planning. You have no idea who is following up with the leads, when they need to follow up with the leads. Maybe you have 5 agents all following up with their own leads, and there's just no structure and no clarity. And as you can see, I also put in there the chaotic days of real estate agents, which is true. Like sometimes you have showings or clients calling you, and you have this chaotic day where at the end of the day, you feel like you haven't gotten anything done, and then it's late and you don't have time to follow up. So what I would recommend is schedule a specific time in your calendar to follow up with leads, and that's your time. That's a non-negotiable. Nobody can schedule an appointment at that time. You have that time, specifically 30 minutes every single day, to follow up with leads, because you know that you have a chaotic day as a real estate agent. So you need to have some systems in place where it's just time that you can work on the things that are most important, like follow-up. It happens in different business models. So in luxury real estate, you have 3 types of business models mostly. You have one person doing everything. You have a boutique agency with like an owner who does most of the work himself as well, and some other agents and people involved in the business, usually like 2 to 5 people. And then you have a very big agency, which consists of an owner, most of the time a manager or a few managers, and a lot of agents that do the follow-up and the closing. So it happens in all of the 3 business models. When it's one person, it all comes down to one thing, which is prioritization of what's important, which is follow-up, and ownership, accountability, and responsibility. No one likes to follow up, but it is a thing that you have to do every single day. This is where the chaotic days come into place as well, because it's just you working in the business. You have to do everything at once. So this solution that I'm going to give you later on is going to be very helpful to make sure that you have the time to focus on your clients without actually hiring a lot of team members. Then you have the boutique agency, which still, it's a bit in between. So still you have people that have specific tasks, but still you notice that the days are quite chaotic. And most of the time, the real estate agents need to follow up themselves, which especially is the case where it's multiple agents, for example, agencies with 10 or even more agents working for them. It's very difficult to keep track of all the agents doing the follow-up. And that is why our solution, it will be the best fitting for this model specifically, but it works for pretty much all the 3 business models. So what are the effects of poor follow-up? It's a chaotic CRM system, and that's why you get unhappy potential clients as well, because they want you to contact them. You lose leads that are potential buyers or sellers. Leads will go to competitors. You lose deals, you lose revenue, you lose profit, less cash flow to invest into the business, less business growth, and less income for your agents. If you're not keeping your agents accountable to follow up, they earn less. And that's, in the end, it will make them unhappy as well. So as you can see here, with all of the negative effects from not doing proper follow-up, it's very clear that follow-up is the engine and the heart of the whole business, because follow-up is what causes leads to be converted into appointments. And the way you grow a business is by setting as much qualified appointments as possible. And even if you do your follow-up for 80%, especially in real estate, those bigger deals can be inside of that 20%, and you still lose out on millions worth of real estate deals. So what's the ultimate solution? The ultimate solution is to implement an inside sales agent. An inside sales agent is one person that is responsible for following up with all online leads or offline leads in a structured and an organized way. And of course, you have your agents that still need to follow up with highly qualified leads, but that will be doable for them. What does an inside sales agent do? An inside sales agent follows up daily to keep leads warm, fast replies, booking consistent appointments, and personalized outreach. This means fewer cold leads and more real conversations and more appointments. So you basically convert more leads into actual appointments, because there's one person with one responsibility, and that's following up with leads and converting as many leads into appointments. So the responsibilities of the inside sales agent are following up with incoming leads as fast as possible. Daily consistent follow-up through the phone, text, and email. follow up with every lead minimum of 6 to 10 times, updating all of the leads and prospects in the CRM system, following up short and long term to stay top of mind with clients, and scheduling appointments into the agent's calendar. And then lastly, tracking all of the performance numbers so you can keep them accountable. So why does it work? And why will it exponentially grow your business to implement an inside sales agent? So first of all, agents can focus on what they do best: selling and closing deals. Real estate agents don't want to work in a CRM system all day. They don't want to keep track of leads. They don't want to keep track of numbers. They just want to sell. They just want to go out into the field, talk to people, sell people, show people homes, show people apartments. And that's all they want to do. And it's the same problem I hear every time. And that is that agents are not updating leads in their pipeline and not following up with every single lead. And that's just a big problem because it's losing you money. Then you, as a business owner, you only have to keep one person accountable. So you only have to keep one person accountable for following up with all the leads. And this person can be trained, this person can be coached, so this person will get better over time. And the actual agents only have to manage 10, 30, or maybe a bit more highly qualified, ready to buy or sell prospects. And that is who they want to talk to. They want to update those people because they see a high chance of them converting into a deal. So what I said, the inside sales agent can be trained to maximize conversion because it's his or her only task is to generate the highest possible conversion rate. Then you get clarity and overview in the CRM system because the only thing that person does the whole day is keep the CRM system clean and follow up with everyone. No lost leads, more appointments and deals, and eventually more profitable marketing campaigns. So to make a marketing campaign profitable in real estate, it's in the details, and you can follow up with 80% of the leads, but maybe in that 20% that you don't follow up with, that's where the €1 million deals are. Eventually, you will just get more revenue, more profit, more return on investment, and that will lead to your business growing. So what I hear all the time from 95% of all the agencies and all the real estate professionals that I talk to, yeah, we really should improve our follow-up. We really should do a better job. To me, that's mind-blowing. If you actually care about scaling your real estate business, follow-up is your number one priority. And if you're still saying, I should do better in follow-up, I should do this, then you're looking at it completely wrong. Lead follow-up is your number one priority. So stop saying should and start taking action and implement the strategies that I talked about in this video. So if this all sounds very familiar to you, if you're not following up correctly, if you're saying we should do a better follow-up but not actually doing it, and you need help, then just click the link below, schedule a call with either me or my business partner, and we take a look at all of the obstacles that you're facing, mainly regarding follow-up, and we can see how we can improve it. We can either consult you on it, or we can actually implement an inside sales agent for you that does your follow-up for you. And maybe I'm exaggerating this point, but it's so essential that you have an inside sales agent following up with all your leads. So again, if this is a problem that you're facing, make sure to contact us, make sure to schedule a call below in the description, and we'll be happy to take a look and see where we can help you. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like the content that I'm making, make sure that you subscribe to the channel to keep track of all of the content that I'm making for luxury real estate professionals, international property developers, etc., or real estate agents in general. If there's anything that you want to learn about specifically, just drop a comment and I'll make sure that I'll make a video about it. So again, thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.